What's up, everybody? This is LA Style of New World Clan Entertainment, and this is another great episode of ETX ROCKS featuring Post Profit.
From the unknown to the stars, from the couch to the car, from the unheralded and the unheard, to the legends and beyond, it's where we all belong. Yes, this is where it all starts. From every genre, from every plane, this is where the music's played. So tune right in, won't you bring a friend? This is where it all begins. Welcome to the show, let the music flow of every style and creed. And you can bet your socks that ETX rocks, ETX rocks.
Hey guys, Boston Chris here with the ETX ROCKS Show, your #1 resource for independent music in Northeast Texas. And we're here with one of the hottest bands in the land. It's Post Profit. Now you guys might recognize the frontman of Post Profit, Matthew Jackson. He was on episode 16. And this is 274.
Golly.
So that was
forever ago, man. Oh my gosh.
That was Taz that hosted that one.
I remember that.
If you remember that. Or not.
I do. I remember that. Yeah.
I think we called that what was it? Down to Earth and Far from Earth.
Yeah, I
or
remember
something.
that.
I don't know. My taglines have gotten better over the years. Yeah, they were not very good back then. Not at all.
Points for trying though.
Yeah, you know how it is. I kind of try to balance between clickbait and not clickbait.
Yeah, I feel you.
I don't know what not clickbait is, but whatever.
The evolution of Boston, Chris.
Right? Ooh, that's a scary thought. My kids would probably call that something a little different. But I'm going to have you guys introduce yourself from right to left and just your name, where you're from, and what you play in the band. Go ahead.
My name's Nick. I'm from Longview, and I play guitar.
Okay.
I'm Matt from Longview, born and raised, guitar, vocals.
I'm Zach, and I was born in Longview, and I play drums and sing harmony vocals.
I am Cord, and I was born in Kilgore, but I lived in Longview for like ever, and I play the bass.
So you guys are all Longview boys, really.
Yeah.
Longview.
That's awesome to hear, man. Like, from a local perspective, to see Longview making it back on the map again. And I know you guys are working hard to do that. I know you all love your city
For
as
sure.
well.
Yeah,
for sure.
But, man, what a phenomenal band. They played a couple of songs here today, and we're going to show you those songs during the episode. And of course, we're going to show you the first one now. This is the single that's really hopping right now. You got a lyric video out for it. It's called Same Sad Song. Tell us how this song came to be.
The song was kind of written at a time where I knew Zach and I knew Nick, but we didn't jam together. And I was going through a rough time. I wrote the song, and I presented it to the guys once we came together. Kind of just made it our own, and from there on, we're just going with it. And we've done a lot of individual tweaking to it just to kind of make it our own, make it Post Profit. And so it's just everybody's little things that they've added in over the years. I think over the months that we've been
The one
recording
year.
it. The 1 year.
I was like, what years are you talking about? Man?
No, it was we actually, me and Nick, how many times we
Like 13, maybe to 20.
20 times.
There's been, let's just say, Same Sad Song has been revised and sent to me and resent to me in an email.
There's like
form.
6 versions.
I have,
Including an Alvin and the Chipmunks version, which is better than the original version.
Yeah, definitely. No, but yeah, we just kind of gone through it and just picked it apart and kind of made it our own. And once we figured out exactly what we wanted to do, that's when we were like, this is it. This is what we want to sound like.
That's cool.
So.
And we're really excited to show you guys this song live in the ETX ROCKS living room. It's Post Profit live and almost unplugged. And Nick was plugged in.
Almost.
But almost unplugged. You're going to see these guys like you've never seen them before. Acoustic bass, acoustic guitar, cajon. It's Post Profit, Same Sad Song. Y'all check it out.
What's up, world? It's your boy LA Style of New World Clan Entertainment, and I'm bringing you the baddest band in the land, Post Profit.
1, 2, 3, 4. Started out
it's episode 274. We've got the boys from Post Profit, Longview's own, here in the house. And Matt, man, I've known you a couple of years now. I got to tell folks out there how we met. I was actually judging a karaoke contest that you were performing at, and blew my freaking mind. And you ended up winning the contest, obviously. And I pulled you aside after, and I said, "You are the best male singer I've ever heard in East Texas." Do you remember that?
I do remember that, man. Thank you.
You are
very
a
much.
bad dude, man.
I'm just playing.
Over those 2 years since I've known you, I've seen you struggle with trying to find your identity musically. From the metalcore, I've seen you do the country and the blues and all that. You're doing all those open jams. And so musically, I look at you as a fan, and I'm like, man, this kid is bipolar. He doesn't know what he wants.
Yeah, that's how it was.
But so I see you now with this project, and obviously you've grown into this group so well. What was that process like for you?
Well, at the time, I was just going through a lot of things at the same time, and it was just very overwhelming, and wasted a lot of time just not doing anything because I just didn't have the people around me. And so, you know, I've known him since the crib, and literally the crib, and I brought him to jams, and then me and him started jamming. He got these guys, and so we kind of got in together, and we were jamming for a little bit, and then there was kind of like a little small like hiatus where we just kind of.
I think when we first started jamming, we were at Urban D's almost every Sunday.
Yeah.
Almost
We had like 5 songs, maybe 4 songs, covers and shit. It
almost
was
like for a whole year. I mean, we were jamming for like a year before we
Yeah.
decided we were like, okay, let's be a band because we're losing money, I guess. Like, I don't know. I mean, not really, but I mean.
But at the same time, it like
fun.
with all that going on and with all the things we were going on individually in our lives, it just kind of brought us together to where we were like, you know what, let's just come over and jam. Wasn't anything of it. By the next week, we're all sitting there and we're jamming, having a good time. We're like, y'all want to do this for real? And and just kind of just like, we were like, all right, let's go on ahead and do this. Like, this is just.
We literally got our name from Band Name Generator.
Really? Is that true?
Band Name Generator at
Legit.
11 o'clock at
we
night.
made the band, and we were like, we want to get a show. So
We needed
got
a name.
show, and
We
then
needed
we were
a name.
like, we don't have a band name. Like, what do we do?
They were like, "What do y'all want to be called?" Like, we need to know so we can tell everybody who's going to be playing. And we were just
give
like,
us a
"Well,
week."
can you just give us a few days or so?" Like, we don't know, but just put it under like I don't even know. Like we just told him to wait until we could figure it out.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's true. That actually, you guys got it from a band name Generator.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Literally just
Legitimately.
the website, the button, and the finger. That's
kept-
all it
How
was.
many times did you hit it before you
About
got
a
the
good
one?
solid
days. We were
60
there for like
an
times.
hour. Like, just like
it was
going
over
through,
like a couple of days, wasn't it? That it took us, or no?
No, it was one day.
It
was
was
one
guys
day.
sitting in your band hall or something. You're supposed to be practicing, and you're just hitting a button over and over.
Yeah.
Like, we have a show in like 5 days. Like, we got to figure something out because we have to practice too.
Yeah, we've got 4 songs, but we don't
Yeah.
have a band name. Hit
Yeah.
the button again.
Yeah. I'll say this about Matt and this band, and I remember like whenever we very first became a band and like the excitement that Matt had because we played a My Name Is Human by Highly Suspect, and at that moment we finished the song and we were all like, oh my god, like, chills. Like everybody was like, this is meant to be a group.
Yeah.
And Matt was about to go to California to record with his other band. So
It was actually after because we jammed the day before.
Yeah.
I left for California, came back that next
came
week,
back.
and as soon as I came back, I literally went straight to
the
his
day
house.
he came, very day he came back, he was like had just gone off and recorded with another band, and like he came back and he was like just extremely excited. He's like,
fun.
all right, we got to get to work. Like, let's do this.
Well, anybody who knows Matt Jackson knows how excitable he is anyway.
Yeah.
He's definitely a live wire.
Overexcited
very entertaining and
sometimes.
charismatic. So how did you guys, I know that Matt and Zach have known each other a long time. So how did you guys meet Nick and Cord?
Well, I was hanging out with a friend of mine, and I went over to their house, and Nick was there, and that's how I met Nick. And he, I guess the
Zach's
same.
like, I play drums, and I'm like, cool. I play guitar. Like, we're like, cool. Let's jam sometime. And then we didn't do it for a while, and then like Matt and Zach started doing the open jams, and I was like, I want in. don't leave me out, motherfuckers. I'm coming up there.
So he came up there, and then he's like, well, my best friend's Cord. He plays bass, and so
Yeah,
it's kind of
me and Cord have been best friends since like 7th grade.
Pretty much once
Yeah.
I moved here.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
We're like brothers.
It's so funny every time we have a full band on the show and I ask them that question, how did y'all meet? It's like listening to like a married couple that's been together 60 years. We're like the dating process.
It's like, was it this?
Like, I was like, come on over and jam and let's hang out. And we were like, okay, cool. And then,
we have like a quadruple, you could say, I guess.
Yeah.
Because like me and Cord, we're like best friends, and then Zach and Matt were like best friends. So like
And now we're all brothers.
Now we're like
Yeah.
like
Well, we were talking about
brothers,
brothers,
but
right?
it's kind of like a marriage too.
do you guys think
Like,
that helps with the chemistry and being so tight on stage?
Yeah, for sure.
How
For
you guys
sure.
know each other
It
so
also
well?
makes it difficult.
I mean,
Sometimes,
the
like-
whole thing about this band is that we're all good friends.
Yeah.
We're all good buddies. We all like to have a good time. Like music is something that we are privileged to be able to do and do this
We'd
together.
still be
We have
jamming if we weren't a
Yeah, we
band,
would be
too,
jamming
you
at
know?
home even if we weren't in a band, and that's what we did for a long time.
A year, basically.
I mean-
we were doing this. We were going to Urban D's for about a year every Sunday
Yeah.
night almost, and then finally we were just like, okay, what are we doing? Like we're almost like the house
gas
band
money.
for Urban D's every
Yeah.
Sunday.
We're
So-
like, yeah. I mean, we're a family first, and then we're a band too.
That's
You know?
awesome.
Yeah.
And just to let our listeners and viewers out there know, Herb and D's is a local club here in Longview that supports local music big time. I want to
Awesome.
thank Herb and D for sure out there.
Definitely.
But for you folks that are watching outside the area, that's what they're referring to. Herb and
Yeah.
D.
Sorry. Sorry.
I've got to learn how to do that better because we like 20% of our listenership comes from Texas and 80% from outside of Texas. So I always get comments and messages after, Boston, you were talking about this. What do you mean by that?
Right.
So
Yeah.
I've got to learn to let people know that don't live here what we're talking about. But yeah, it's Herb and D's. Longview, Texas is, East Texas in general has this huge burgeoning music scene that these guys have all been a part of for years. They all look, massively young, but they've been in this for a long time. I've known Zach for a couple of years too.
Yeah.
I've seen you go through different projects and stuff like that. but-
I love to play, man. It really doesn't matter what genre. I mean, country, I've played with the Briars
Yeah,
actually a
I
few
know.
times. I love playing with those guys, and
Steve's amazing, man.
yeah, no,
That
they're
kid is
they're
so
all
cool.
they're all
That guy.
nice, man. He's came with me a few times. He's
Yeah.
actually drove me every time I played with them, and
Yeah.
we just
Yeah.
hang out.
It's really cool.
The first time I saw you guys live, and this is completely my fault just for being so busy, was at Fast Bash, which happened, I guess, 2 weekends ago in Longview. What a phenomenal event. I hope they watch. I'm super stoked that event happened. I hope you guys do more of that because for somebody like me who loves all genres of music, to go out there and see the outpouring of passion and love for rap and hip-hop, and these guys were the only non-rap and hip-hop group out there, and absolutely destroyed people. I mean, I was looking around the crowd at all the faces that were just melting.
I honestly was surprised.
It was
I
yeah.
got hyped because I'm sitting there. I turn around, I look at Zach, and I just see everybody in the back just going.
Everybody,
like,
yeah.
I'm like, this, okay,
Like,
this is
yes.
lit. I wish every show we played was just like that. We'll just bring it.
It's like I
everywhere
had
we go.
like 50 hype men behind me.
For real.
It was cool because I know that exists. I know that community exists. It's just so hard for them to get over the stigma of toxicity and violence and all of that stuff to show
Right.
love and outpouring for the music.
Yeah.
And it was so cool to see that in that setting and people coming together of all creeds and colors and diversities.
I don't think there was any problems the whole
No,
day.
not at all.
It was a
amazing.
success. It was a
literally
success, and it's
perfect
such
success.
an amazing concept too, because it's something that's going to also put Longview on the map musically and inspire people to break out of their shell, stop just rapping at home, get out there, get heard. And
I went to
and-
Walmart the next day, and this kid was
Yeah.
like, "You're the drummer that was there yesterday." He was wearing like one of the rap group's shirts that
Wow.
was there. He was like, "Weren't you that drummer?" And I was like, "Yeah."
It's stuff like that. 'cause
That was cool.
Kids that go to that, they're gonna grow up and they're gonna be like, oh, I want to be on stage when I grow up. I want to do this or that.
I think it goes much deeper than that too. Nick.
It does.
Yeah.
And the fact that it doesn't have to be just a music thing. It can be,
Right.
hey, I don't have to compete with people that I'm in the same
Exactly,
whatever as.
yeah.
You know, it's okay to be cool with each other. And
Yeah.
wish success on each other.
I mean, the
It was a
competition makes
competition,
it fun, but you know, you gotta just
I
experience.
never got that feeling. By the
It
way.
wasn't.
Yeah.
It didn't have that vibe at all.
Yeah.
Everybody
It
was
was very
supporting
friendly.
each other from the get.
It was the competitiveness. It was just like, you know, you wanted
was just
everybody
a
wanted to do
bonus.
their best, but
Right.
you know what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't like people were
Yeah.
butthurt when they didn't win or anything like
Yeah.
that. Everybody was like lifting each other up, and that was really cool.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
There's-
especially
yeah.
for here, I mean, like, I don't know. It's not like Longview's super violent, but you know, like just for that, like you were saying, like I mean, it's kind of just a stigma that everybody kind of has on that, and
Yeah.
it's sad, but at the same time, to see that much love, even when we weren't even in that genre,
Yeah.
really, it was cool.
Well, you know, they say that it takes a few people to change the minds of many.
yeah.
And I felt like that was what was happening at T Park on that day, man. It was a few people trying to change the minds of many people. And I think they accomplished that. I was super stoked to be there. Hated to have to leave because it's East Texas in July. And
Yeah.
that
It was
doesn't work too well for a
blistering.
300-pound
Blistering.
man.
I had sweat in my eye within 20
My
20
sweat
seconds of
was
the first
sweating,
song.
dude. Okay?
I was like,
My
oh,
sweat was like, dude, we got to get out of here.
that was-
I mean, I got to my Kia where the AC works, and my sweat was like, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Let's get to McDonald's.
For us, is what, Juicy Taco? That's like
Yep.
our. That's like our.
Juicy taco.
Our
Juicy
go-to
Taco, or
shop-
Mika's
go-to
Juicy's
shop
Juicy's is
shop.
like the
Juicy's Taco.
local Torchies. Like, you know. I brought my fiance to Juicy's one time, and she looked at the menu, and she was like, where's the rest of it?
Yeah.
Like, the menu is like this long. She's like, okay, next.
Right.
I wasn't expecting Juicy's to promote the show anyway, so. However, if you do want to sponsor the ETX Rock Show, I can totally switch that around to where the menu is as long as you need.
Yeah, right.
Hashtag give me free tacos.
Free tacos.
Hashtag free tacos.
Yeah.
We'll play for tacos.
We'll
play
play
for
for
There you
tacos.
go.
We almost did do that one time
Yeah.
for
On Cinco
Cinco
de
de Mayo.
Well, it is East Texas, and they'll
Yeah.
try to pay you in anything.
Yeah, that's
Believe me.
the truth.
I would get paid.
We
in
ended up
tacos.
not getting tacos, and we got the cops called on us. But
Yeah.
Well, we
We
played
had
a
a
house
house
show.
party.
We played
It
a house
was still
show.
a good
Well,
time.
that's what
nice.
you learn from that. You bring tacos, the cops don't come.
There you
Yeah.
go.
It's that simple.
Works out
cop was
For
perfectly.
you
super
venues
chill.
in the future that
He
will
was.
post profit, make sure you have tacos in the green room.
exactly. Tacos.
Otherwise, the law is coming.
Done.
It was even cooler that because they walked up to the door and they're like, "We're so sorry to have to tell y'all this.
We
but
hate to
can y'all
interrupt."
can y'all just turn
Yeah.
down? Like, is that okay?"
Yeah,
like
they're
they
like,
didn't even.
y'all
They
are
didn't-
just
they were like,
too
"Y'all
loud."
sound really good, but just turn it down."
It's
And like,
just
okay,
really,
cool.
really
Like,
loud.
They were really chill. They were really chill.
That was the only time that we've gotten the cops called on. I think it was the only time.
The whole year.
Officer Johnson,
See, another
very
thing I
nice
really-
man.
Another thing I really like about you guys is a lot of times in East Texas, and for you folks that don't live in East Texas, it's really hard to become a band in the rock genre in East Texas.
Yep.
For sure.
I know this. Okay, you have less than a handful of venues in the entire
Where's the
903.
country?
that
Yeah,
feature
we're.
rock
Can y'all play
music.
Tennessee whiskey?
Yeah,
One
please
more
don't. Please
Go
don't
back.
ever.
Please don't.
Or Girl Crush is another one if it's
Oh,
a female
no.
singer.
Yeah, I've already given a hard no. I love that song, but anytime somebody's like,
I'm friends with the songwriter, and I don't want to ever hear that song again. All right, sorry, Liz Rose, but the song is overdone.
not so much overdone, just overplayed.
Around here.
Oh, it's overdone, dude.
Like,
Come on, it's
there's
that Tennessee whiskey,
yeah.
wagon wheel,
Wagon wheel.
Wagon
yeah.
wheel.
the 21st Century Freebird,
People-
Blue Moon or Neon Moon.
Neon Moon.
Yeah, that's true.
People say I got
Drinking problem.
Anyway, the point I was trying to make is you guys have taken that struggle of being a rock band in East Texas, and you have basically thrown that over the wall and said, I don't give a shit about that. We're going to play wherever they let us play. And you guys play everywhere. I mean, typically when you're a rock band in East Texas, you're looking at Macklemore's and Nacogdoches, you're looking at Clicks Live, you're looking at Memphis maybe if you're lucky.
Yeah.
And really, and there's a club in Texarkana and a couple in Shreveport, and that's all I know about. But you guys legitimately play everywhere. I've seen you guys play in places that only hire country bands. How are y'all doing that? Like, how are you?
We're friendly.
And
I
we're
mean-
not taking no's.
I mean, like honestly, like I mean, like Ice House, that was a big deal when we first
Oh,
got
yeah.
to play there, and
I
then
was
now they
shocked.
call us if anybody dropped. Like Cody Wayne dropped out, I believe. Something happened, unfortunately, I guess, and they called us up. They were like, "Hey, can y'all play here in 2 days?" Yeah.
See, that's why
Yeah.
I was making that point, is because like Ice House is normally Texas country.
Yeah.
And there's Post Profit on the bill, and I was like, finally.
I mean, we love those guys over there, and I guess they
We're
love us
very
too, which is awesome.
persistent.
But yeah,
We're very
Do you think
persistent.
it's the set list that helps you with that, or
Yeah, I think it was. We came to one of the blues jams one time.
Yeah,
and
we
they-
came to a blues.
we played
jam
a few of the
We
songs
played,
that
like,
normally
one or
play in
two
our set,
songs.
and then they asked us from there. They're like, "Will y'all come and
Yeah.
are y'all a band?" And then we're like, "Yeah, we have. Here's our card," And then like they called us
They're
up.
on,
and
yeah.
We played there, I guess, 3 or 4 times now?
Three or four times,
3 or
yeah.
4 times now, yeah.
let me ask you this, guys. I know you guys are working hard on original material. I know y'all have a few songs already. The songs are freaking out of this world. I know, Matt, you've been writing forever, right? I mean, even when you went into that karaoke contest, you told me straight up you had dozens of originals then. That was a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And we had
So here we are, we're in East Texas, and you and I both know that this market is saturated with cover music. It's cover music everywhere, every weekend. Impossible to play original music in this area, I think. Hopefully it's changing. But what does that do to y'all's creativeness, your artistry, when you're trying to be an original band, but when you're playing live, they only want to hear covers?
It does make it harder. I mean, a lot of our time spent practicing is spent practicing covers, and we want to be writing, and
Yeah.
we are trying to write.
It gets
but
so old so quick.
it gets very old, and you know it is nice to play covers though, because you build your audience's trust. They're like, oh, we want to hear more. We want to see what the rest of your band has to offer. If if they like your
Yeah.
covers,
Yeah.
and I mean, I would say it's been one of the best things like that we could do as a band is play really good covers, because that like the people that like our covers want to hear our original music, which it's good and bad. We're tired of playing covers.
We're tired of it, like, but at the same time, it right now it's working for us. But
When you have
like
to play a
when you
3-hour
have
set.
when you have to play like a 3-hour set, we're used to playing like 45 minutes to an hour.
Right.
And so, but like, it's just the downside of it is like we play a song like we do covers of songs of bands that like are not like huge like
Right.
Our
well
covers
known.
are
Obscure
like
stuff.
very.
Yeah.
What's cool is like when we'll play it after we're done, we'll even announce that it's by another band sometimes, and then by the end of the song they're like, "Did y'all write that?" And it's like,
Yeah.
man, I freaking wish,
I
but
wish
like
we did.
we kind of just make it our own. Like, I mean, it's cool that we are
yeah.
under alternative in our minds. I mean,
When
we're
you
not-
guys played Fast Bash, I heard originals.
yeah,
And so I thought that was super slick of y'all.
Yeah.
Because you guys could have gone in there and played someone else's music and just blown people away. But instead you chose to play your own original music and still blew people away. What does the scene have to do to get beyond playing covers? What has to happen for artists to be able to be more artistic?
You
I mean-
you have to say what you're going to play. Like, you can't let them direct you.
Yeah.
I mean,
The
and you
crowd
just
is really good at that.
need to be more, I guess,
more
confident in what you
yeah.
got as well. I mean, honestly,
Be more yourself.
and just I guess
Push what just push what you want to
Do you,
play.
Sometimes
think, do,
people
you
are
think, do you
scared.
think the artists have to control that? Do you think it's a venue problem? Do you think it's a fan problem? What is it? I mean, is it the
It's
fans
a-
want
it's
the
a
covers? The
balancing
venues?
It's the whole scene. It's
yeah,
every,
it's difficult.
everything.
It's got to
an
come
act
from
that everyone
within.
has to
Like,
balance.
I mean, honestly, like there's some venues that it makes it difficult because, for instance, I went somewhere and I guess near Frisco, and I was talking about booking, and they were like, "Okay, well, we don't allow any originals."
Wow.
And I was just like, "Wow!" But in a venue's standpoint, in their mind, they're like, "Okay, well, nobody's going to come to listen to your music, but they want to listen to good stuff that they already like." You know what I'm saying? So if you can do that, then like I can see two sides of the coin. At the same time, it does stifle people because I mean like you want to get yourself out there, so you want to play your own stuff, of course. But I mean, I don't know. It really,
What's the balance for you as an artist?
I mean,
Are you sneaking those originals in without anybody knowing?
Oh, we've done
In a
it.
way,
So,
yeah.
we've
in
done
some-
it
we've
before,
done,
but
yeah.
I mean, honestly, at this point, I mean like for a while all we had was same sad song, and then finally when we finished Monster, and
Monster.
we could release it, I think that was Halloween. I think we released it on Halloween, and it was pretty cool, and everybody enjoyed it. And so we were like, okay, well let's keep writing some more stuff, and then and I guess here we are now. I mean, it's taken a while, like we said, just because I mean, we've been playing almost every weekend since we started being a band. Like I mean, literally we play almost 2 to 3 times a week now, and it's like okay, like this got crazy quick. But
the more and more we play it, and the more and more we just go at it, and we'll just sit there and talk about a set list. He's like, you know what, fuck it, we'll just put this in the set. We don't even care. Like, you know, if people like it, they like it. If we don't, they don't. But we're still
played
gonna
our
play
originals
it.
at a wedding. Or my friend's wedding. We played our originals there.
We played, we played at a
Screw
wedding.
it. We might as well just play our originals. Like
everybody liked it. Like the bride and groom were just dancing in front of us.
The bride and groom were dancing to. We opened up with a cover of Swerve City by Deftones, and everybody the bride and groom were just going crazy. And I was like,
it was
this
weird.
is a wedding I could get down
But
with.
they really, it was cool. It was really
fun.
neat.
And you're right, man. You guys did blow up quickly. Very, very busy, playing all the time. But another thing that I've noticed from y'all is, playing a lot of benefits, giving back a lot, just playing for free. First of all, thank you for that. You know, I know that takes a lot of time and effort and hard work. You got to set up, you gotta break down, you got to do all of that. You know, you're busting your ass for an hour for nothing, just out of the goodness of your heart. Why is that important to you guys as a group?
Man,
Where we came
it's
from.
not even a second thought to us. You know,
man. Somebody asked us, we're almost like, yes, if we're available.
Where
I
we
mean,
came from and where we are, so we should keep
knee
picking it
jerk
up.
response usually is a yes.
Yeah.
Like, to
I mean,
benefits.
unless it's just like a distance that.
Unless it's just
pretty
too
or
far,
something,
right.
you know. But it just
And I
depends.
mentioned that because they're pulling double duty today. They're playing with us here today. That sounded weird. They're playing here for us today, and then y'all are playing.
Also,
you're headlining
some duty.
a benefit tonight.
Yes.
Herman D's.
Yeah,
For a good friend of ours, by the way, Nathan Davis. Get well if you happen to watch.
for sure.
Definitely love you, man, and thinking about you often. But I'm hoping a lot of folks will go out and give to Nathan. He's definitely.
I think it's going to be a really, really good night tonight.
No, I'm pretty excited. I mean, the lineup for tonight is pretty.
Oh,
intense.
every
you got Dan
hard-hitting
Morris, you
band
got Lee
around here.
Mathis,
Yeah.
you got
all genres,
White
very cool
Trash,
stuff.
everybody.
It sucks for us because the benefits there are almost always on Sundays, and we set aside Sundays for our film day late 2017 just because that's when musicians are available. And a lot of times folks are coming from San Antonio and Waco and New Mexico to be here, so
Right.
we want to make sure folks have time to get back and forth. That's impossible during the week.
Right.
But it limits us because so much cool stuff happens in East Texas on Sundays.
Right.
And I didn't notice that until we started not being unavailable on Sundays.
Yeah.
It sucks.
The more and more we've like benefits and plated benefits, the more it's been like, because we played one for our friends David and Jessica Sweat, and that
Right.
turnout for that was unbelievable.
It was great.
It's just like also it's for a good cause. We enjoy doing it, and then also I mean
There are
you
friends.
get yourself out there.
Yeah,
From a
there's-
technical standpoint,
there's
does it
more
help you
networking.
too? Just getting that practice in?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
definitely. I mean it's
for sure.
just getting more tight on stage in front of people
And benefits are some of the biggest crowds that we have.
Yeah,
really, to be
honestly.
honest with you, I mean, just because Longview, I will say, is blessed with the fact that like everybody wants to help everybody around here. At least in the music scene, I know at least it's pretty neat. You never, I mean, I needed a new drum stand, something broke, and some guy literally just handed me one. He's like, "Oh, keep it." I was like, "What?" Like, I don't know. It's cool.
You're not
like-
lying, man. Like half the stuff we have here that we use as equipment when we need it was given to us, from musicians here in East Texas. So.
Yeah, I mean,
And I'll
everybody
throw
takes
them out
care
there.
of
Stuart
everybody.
Gregory, Randy Stevens from Chaos. They've been such big supporters, and
Yeah.
it's just weird. You throw out a post that you're in need of something, and within an hour you've got whatever you need, and
We love those guys.
with no questions
Yeah.
asked. It's crazy.
Chaos, we're good friends with Chaos and Creation.
Yeah, we had them here. Was it last weekend?
It's a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, we're sad. They're playing.
Pat
At the,
Simon's coming next Sunday to host one of our shows.
nice.
Oh,
Really cool. Yeah.
nice.
See, they're playing at the benefit right now. Actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like I've yet to see them live except here in the living room.
Oh wow, dude.
So it's-
Oh, you
I've
got.
seen Simon solo.
You should
several
see him at
times.
Clicks if you're gonna see
Oh,
him.
they're
Okay.
so
See him at Clicks if you're gonna
they
see
did a
them.
fantastic.
They're great.
One of my nicknames is the creator of Chaos and Creation.
That's cool.
You know that?
That's cool. I didn't
like
know that.
that.
That's neat.
I'm the one that introduced Simon and Randy.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Okay,
See,
yeah.
Cool.
There we go.
Randy hit me up. He's like, Boston, I need a vocalist, man. I have everything I need but a vocalist. What do you got? And I was like, Simon Young. And he went to his Facebook page. He goes, how old is he? Is he like 9?
You're like 9 years old.
I was like, man, you asked for a vocalist. I gave you the one I think would work the best. And he was like, well, I'm going to check it out. And man, they're on fire. God, they're good. And you guys just battled to the death.
We did battle to the death. We hated to bury
How
them.
bloody did that get?
It got bloody, but
Blood was shed.
blood was shed, tears were shed.
Backflips
We lost
were
a lot
done.
of good men out
Sweat was drawn.
there. Yeah.
So what I'm referring to is they had a battle of the bands out at Roughneck Harley Davidson in Longview. I guess it was last weekend.
3 weeks.
Two weeks
2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
3 weeks ago.
And it
Really?
was these
Yeah.
guys in Chaos and Creation who was on the show a couple of weeks ago. I hope you guys checked out that one as well. And of course, that was on a Sunday, I believe, wasn't it?
Saturday.
Saturday, but it was early. It was like noon. So
Yeah.
it was like basically
Yeah.
9 a.m.
Yeah, Noon and Boston Chris are like, you know, they're like He-Man and
distant
Skeletor. You know what I
complete
mean?
strangers.
Yeah, no,
Completely.
It doesn't work, except for today. I don't know what happened. Like, I woke up at 8:30 this morning. That's usually my bedtime. Figure that out.
Yeah, we went up at like what 10:30, 11. That's like the earliest.
Yeah, we went to bed at like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Did you guys play last night?
Yeah, we played a garage bar last night.
Oh
That was
man,
fun.
that's a great venue.
That was
Yeah,
fun.
Carissa Hernandez opened for
She
us.
open for y'all?
Yeah.
She's
I
great.
love
She did a
her.
good job.
She's doing a show for us in September.
Man,
Cool.
that was our first collective time, I guess, seeing her perform.
Yeah, we never
We're gonna have to have you guys on our acoustic series.
For sure.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
That would be
I'd be
cool.
down for sure.
Yeah, we'll talk about that after. I think that would be cool. For you folks out there in East Texas that don't know, we have an acoustic series. What we do with that show is it's a way for us to raise money and stay on the air. And so the musicians will give a set, basically an hour, and we'll put out three sets, so 3 different artists. And the venue pays us for the entertainment, and we use that money to pay our dues. And
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay, yeah.
So we have to pay our website every month. We have to pay our podcasting site every month. And that can be tough when you're raising 6 children. You know what I'm saying? I like to call ETX Rocks our redheaded stepchild. It's our 7th kid. And all 6 of the first ones are jealous of it.
Oh man,
Nice.
Hey man,
It happens.
It is what it is.
So yeah, we do those shows. We're up to 12 of those now that we've done.
That's awesome.
And we've got to the point where we're doing 1 or 2 a month. So I'd definitely love to have you guys aboard on
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm game if y'all are game.
that. Cool.
for sure.
So we are here with Post Profit. You're tuned into episode number 274 of the ETX ROCKS Show. We're here in 2018, mid-July. It's hot as hell outside.
Yup.
It was hot as hell at Fast Bash when we were watching these guys too. I don't know how the hell they did it, man. They're rocking out there.
I really don't know how
They
the
were
hell
all
they did it.
wearing jeans, I think, too.
Nope.
We actually
We were
it
in
was all
shorts.
short show. We had
Shorts.
a
We
debate,
looked at
like-
each other.
Like I said, I wasn't paying attention at all, y'all.
We had a debate like right before. We were like, "Are we gonna really wear pants, or like, are we gonna like wear shorts?" Or are we
Literally,
gonna,
me and him looked
like,
at each other,
it's like,
and
we're
we were
going with
like,
shorts.
"Nah, screw it. We're
It's,
going
it's
shorts."
too hot. We're going with shorts.
We were there at like 11. We were up when they were set up at the
Yeah.
beginning. It was like 11 o'clock. We were there. Like
Sound check and
brought our
everything.
stuff
We were
in
there
for
almost.
We
sound
started off in
Yeah,
pants
yeah.
and ended up in shorts. Like,
Yeah,
All I know is it was hot.
it was hot.
Yeah.
It was hot. But guys, we're going to be right back with more from Post Profit, including their next single, Monster, which you will not believe. It's right after this break. Y'all don't go anywhere.
We have your dog. And thank you for tuning in to the ETX ROCKS Show.
All right, we are back once again. It's episode 274 of the ETX ROCKS Show, your number 1 resource for independent music in Northeast Texas. I challenge anybody out there to prove that wrong, by the way. Almost 11,000 hours of music content on our webpage.
It's awesome.
Imagine that.
Yay!
That's
So I worked hard for that. It's on the webpage. We have over 300 episodes like this one. We have Songbirds and Troubadours. I'm going to go through the list because we've been busy, y'all, and I haven't made the announcement for all of these yet, and I'm going to do it here on your show. So
Okay.
Go ahead.
that way I can put it in the description below. Maybe we'll get more clicks.
Yeah. There you go.
But here's what we have going on. Of course, we have the ETX ROCKS Show. 274 episodes now of that. We have our songwriting feature, which is Songbirds and Troubadours. We're filming episode 25 of that tonight. We started that in January. We have the Ricky Lynn Gregg Show, of course. Big time 90s artist, several number 1 hits, had 6 top 10 videos on CMT. The very first country music major label artist with a website.
Oh.
Some trivia for you.
Nice.
Ricky Lee and Greg Show is on the ETX Rocks platform. We also have a new herpetology show, not music related. It's called Snake Sense with Jeremy. It's going to be all snake related, reptile stuff, educational. How can you tell a copperhead from a cottonmouth, that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
we'll have live animals on that show on every single episode.
I want to be on it.
Crikey.
I want to be on that
Very
one, man.
cool, yeah.
She's a beauty.
Look at the size of
I'm
that
told I
one.
have to learn how to say that better. I don't know
She's
if
a
that's true or
beauty.
not. Of course, we also have, and this was inspired by the Fast Bash, we have Down in the 903 with Mr. Hamlin. It's going to be our brand new rap and hip hop show.
Nice.
Coming to our channel in August.
Hell
I
yeah.
hope.
That's what's
really
up.
stoked about
That's awesome.
that. Really, really cool stuff. We also have ETX Rocks Jukebox, which is kind of like we just put 8 songs that have been performed here on the show. Just random picks, we put them out. And so like Post Profit could be on there with Chaos, could be on there with Sweet Chaos, could
That'd be
on
cool.
there with
Very
whoever.
cool.
It's cross promotion stuff. We have Guitar Slingers with Jack Barksdale. Now Jack is a 10-year-old guitarist out of Weatherford, and this little kid's a badass. dude.
For real.
And so what he does is he interviews his heroes that are also badass guitar players, and then he sends us the content, and it's pretty cool. We get to use that.
Okay, cool.
And these two have not been announced yet, and I hope I can announce them. But My Remains, you guys know who My Remains is? I know Matt should.
Yeah.
My Remains was one of the biggest bands to ever hit East Texas.
Yup.
From Longview, Texas. We're talking Monty Pittman was in that band. He has been Madonna's current guitarist for 10 plus years. The former frontman of My Remains is now the frontman with Death Row Bodine, Chris Sheehan. He's bringing us a show here on the ETX Rock Show that's going to be dealing in heavy metal, hard rock, punk rock. If it's rock and roll, Chris is going to be doing it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So we don't have a name for that show yet, but it's coming very soon. Also, we have award-winning author Edward Hancock II is going to be providing us with content. The show is going to be called The World According to Eddie, and he's very outspoken. It's going to be politics. It's going to be cosplay. It's going to be Comic-Cons, wrestling, whatever.
That's cool.
Whatever Eddie wants
Yeah.
to talk about, it's going to be on the show. So make sure you subscribe to us because we're going to have over 20 shows a month very soon.
Awesome.
Number
awesome.
one resource in East Texas. I'm not lying with that. But anyway, we have Post Profit here today. Thanks for letting me do that.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
guys are going to be playing my favorite Post Profit song here in the living room. It's called Monster. Tell us about the song, guys.
This one's a deep one.
This one's because this one we kind of like lived it out even after we wrote it. Like so, like the
Like we
meaning
thought
is-
we understood the meaning, and then we were like, wait,
This
there-
past year has
there it
been
is.
like ridiculously tough for everybody. I mean, considering we hang out with each other all the time, if one person's got something going on, everybody has something going on.
very,
So
very heavy
it's
between
been
everybody.
it's been a heck of a ride, but I mean,
Did you guys each play a part in how
Yeah.
this came
well,
to
we
be?
all
Yeah, we
collectively
all
wrote
collectively.
the song for sure. Lyrics, everything. Like I think Nick wrote a few lines.
Yeah,
for
me and
sure.
Nick kind of held it
Me and
down
Matt
on
wrote
lyrics.
most of the lyrics.
Yeah.
But
It took a little bit, and then it kind of came together once all the BS was going on.
yeah,
So-
once it was getting like all the drama was getting really bad, the song was just like,
Bam.
It's like you hear the words because you're singing them, but then when something bad happens, it's like you really hear the words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel
So
it.
it's like, whoa.
It's
like-
honestly changed the
You ever
sound
seen
of the
that
song.
movie, White Men Can't Jump?
Yeah.
Where Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson are in the car and they're arguing about whether or not Woody can hear Jimmy rather than just listen to Jimmy. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You either hear the music or you listen to the music. There's
Yeah.
a big difference between that.
Yeah.
One
See,
of
if
them you
remember that
feel
little
it, you know.
part of that movie,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah. And when we've been sitting on Monster for a little bit as far as like recording too. So
yeah.
we-
It's evolving. It's actually, I think, maybe fully done. Fully evolved
we
after
just
like
finished it
yesterday.
this week.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
heard the
yesterday.
master just got done. I can't wait to hear that.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah.
ridiculous.
But you guys were super stoked to show you this song. It's Post Profit. The song's called Monster. Y'all check this out.
What's up, world? It's your boy, LA Style of New World Clan Entertainment, and I'm bringing you the baddest band in the land, Post Profit.
We are back once again. It's episode 274 with Post Profit. I love the transition in that song where it goes from fast to slow. It almost kind of encapsulates that feeling you're trying to get with the lyrics, where you're kind of going hard and then you kind of have to slow yourself down. It's kind of what the lyrics are talking about, and then you bring the music doing that too. Whose idea was that? I gotta know.
It was kind of all
It's kind of everybody. I mean, really, it was just kind of like
we want to do some
Different.
like lead little guitar parts and kind of just like
Yeah.
make everything feel
Yeah.
a little bit ambient, spacey.
It just felt to me like, from a listener standpoint, it's like you're going really hard in life. If you're going hard, you're hustling all the time, you're going to burn yourself out if you don't slow your roll down and just kind of figure out what the next step is. As a listener, that's what I'm feeling in that song. It's like you're going so hard, and then you just kind of get to the middle of that song and you slow it way down.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, look, we have to chill here for a minute before we really go hard again. Then you go hard again in the song.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
it also helps too because when we're playing it live, it's like, oh, I can take a small break. Take a small break.
if anybody goes to our live shows, they know how crazy we get,
Yeah.
and even you can hear it like in our music that shows, like even with the weird wacky guitar and behind it, it's like, you know, that's just who we are. We
I don't know about you guys. I'm different when I'm on stage.
Yeah, like that's just it's just a totally different thing. Like
I don't know who that guy is, but he's cool.
yeah, like it's just, you know, we really embody like the feel of the song and like what we play and what we sing and what we just do as a whole, and the emphasis we put on that sometimes just so much to contain that we're just like going apeshit across stage, and you know, and it just kind of shows through the music too. So just you get a good representation of what we sound like and what we look like just listening to it.
But I'd say the best time we've ever played that song, Memphis Bar, Matt's like, this one goes out to Nick's ex-girlfriend. And everybody
Lost
in the bar
it.
lost
it. It was
everybody was like, what?
It's funny because the song is basically about, you know, anybody you know that likes to judge other people, but they just like to do that, but they disregard their own problems. And, you know, in reality, you really got to just check yourself on that, because, I mean, nobody's better than anybody else. We've all fucked up. We've all messed up.
We're all monsters.
It's literally like, and it's something that you like we deal with internally. Like it's something that we're gonna have to deal with ourselves, you know. But taking it out on other people when something doesn't go your way or something like that, or when you disagree on things, it's just you can't. I mean, that's not the best way to do it.
Yeah. Well, as a listener and as a fan of yours, I want to thank you all for being relevant in your lyrics. Relevant? For being relevant. I want to thank y'all for being relevant with your lyrics, because a lot of times in any genre of music, lyrically speaking, things are getting a little frickin' weird in the 21st century.
It's getting a bit
Whether
weird.
it's country or pop or whatever it is, it's like, please sing about something that matters.
Yeah.
And y'all are doing that, so thank you for that.
That's one thing we've really been stressing on as far as like lyrics. Like, we want to write something that we all can feel, we all understand completely what we're going through, and that we can show
Well,
other
it's
people.
important too, because if you can't connect to your own song, how can you expect the audience to connect to that song?
With this disconnect.
And we also want it to be also to where anybody can put their own interpretation on it. Because I mean,
Right.
like, you know, I mean that's
Well, like the way I interpreted it, maybe you guys wouldn't have expected someone to interpret it that
Yeah.
way.
No.
You know?
That's the cool thing about music, though. Like, you can listen to a song and it can have this meaning, but you listen to the lyrics and you can be like, that still applies to me in whatever I'm
It's like the
going
Bible.
through. Yeah,
And
pretty
the
much.
exactly. But I mean, the meanings change too as we go on, and as we grow together and experience more drama together.
Yeah.
You know, the song changes, it morphs into
Same.
you know.
Same.
Yeah.
No, it's like, for instance, Same Sad Song. It was originally written about someone who I was in love with, and I experienced true love and true heartbreak at that moment.
Yeah.
And now it's to the point now that it's like, it's about me, and like the fact that, you know, I can't get too close to a person like that to go through what I went through.
Right.
You know, you got to be able to know what your worth is in that full amount. in not settling for less.
Matt, you've come a long way, my friend.
I'm telling you, man. Like it's been rough.
I just think it jams. Like I'm just playing. No, I'm just playing.
No, for real, man, because I've seen you go through some shit. I really have in the last couple of years. It's nice to see you come out the other side.
For sure.
And I mean, creatively speaking, you look like you're in a good place. Super proud of you, man.
Thank you very much.
I think this is going to take off even bigger than where you're at now. I think you guys are already feeling that ride anyway.
I hope.
Yeah.
I hope.
We're extremely excited to have Post Profit here on the show. Originally, this slot here was going to somebody else. They had to cancel out. These guys were super gracious enough to come in and fill that spot. So we're really, really happy to have you all here. We've been talking about this for a while anyway, haven't we?
Yeah.
Happy
I know I've talked to Nick and
I missed-
Zach.
yeah, I
about
messaged
it,
you, yeah.
but, so it's just cool to have this finally happen. If folks out there are watching and hearing about y'all for the first time and they've fallen in love, where can they follow along with everything y'all have going on?
We have a Facebook, of course, Post Profit. We have Instagram, which is Post Profit Band, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Band.
Snapchat.
Post Profit.
Oh, good lord.
That was Post Profit.
We have a Twitter.
And that I did
I
not
don't
know
know.
about.
I don't know whether I think we posted once on there.
I think
We
that's
have a
called
Twitter.
tweeting.
Yeah,
Tweeting.
we tweeted.
We
We tweeted.
But we also have
We tweeted.
we have a YouTube channel.
We have YouTube, Post Profit Official. Right?
Post Profit.
Post
Just
Profit.
Post Profit. Yeah.
It's Post Profit on Facebook, and that's the profit where you make money, not where you tell things in the future.
Yeah.
Big difference. Y'all.
We
Not
also
the biblical profit.
We also have our single on iTunes and Spotify. We're about to put another one on Spotify and iTunes.
And we have a lyric video on YouTube also.
Yes.
And the
And, it's check out their YouTube. Hit that subscribe button on there. The follow button on Spotify is very important to these bands as well. I'll tell you all the same thing I say on damn near every episode. What we like to do, we'll purchase the single and then we'll stream it on Spotify. That way you get both sides of the coin.
Yeah.
And so if you guys are big fans of Post Profit, buy the song on iTunes or Google Play, then go over to Spotify and listen to the song on there. They get both sides then. So they'll get that $1
Helps.
from iTunes and then that 1/6 of a penny on Spotify.
every bit counts. Man.
Every bit definitely counts.
Well, every 800 spins, you can buy a Sam's Cola.
There you go.
Legit.
I don't
need
know
to
if you
check
can
up
put
on that
like
and see if we
1/6 of a penny in there though. You might. I don't know how it works.
No.
I don't know. You probably get like denied. Do you ever have like your ATM card denied or something?
Oh, it's the worst, dude.
Oh. It's like I know there's money on there.
It's literally like the walk of shame. Or like the
Do you,
drive
do you
of shame.
tell them even though you know there's no money on there? Like I know there's money on there. Here, let me show you. You know?
Yeah. or you like get
Oh, I didn't see the minus. My bad.
like because I won that cash prize with that
Yeah.
and I bought a
Gave me none, by the way.
sorry. It literally was gone the next day. I bought some gear. I bought a cab or something like
buy a
that.
guitar or something like that.
Yeah, I bought a cab and I thought I was good because it kept showing after I purchased it, oh, you still have this much amount. I'm on my way back from Dallas or whatever, and I'm trying to get gas, and then they're like, oh, your car's been declined. I'm like,
Wow.
okay.
Well, see, I'm so poor. When I go to the ATM machine, the receipt has a coupon for ramen noodles on it. That's how poor I am. My ATM machine knows what's up. You know,
Man, it says
here's a quarter off.
try
for
again.
40-cent ramen.
You gotta be quicker than that.
Try again.
Anyway, we're here with Post Profit again. It's POST, There's a difference between the F and the PH. Big difference, y'all.
For sure.
So it's Post Profit on Facebook, Post Profit 420 on Snapchat, Post Profit Band on Instagram, and Post Profit on YouTube.
Yeah.
I got it all?
Got it, man. I think so.
I think we got to shout out to one more person who's helped us out since the very beginning.
Yeah.
That shout out to New World Clan, Lawrence Alexander.
Yeah.
Got us our
LA.
very first show before we were even a band, before we even had a name. Before,
You know what's crazy
before
about,
Court ever played with
you know
us.
what's crazy about Lawrence? Now, I've been in the music business for a while. I know he has as well. And we met through a mutual friend at a cookout that had nothing to do with
Yeah,
music.
That is
cool.
awesome.
That's neat.
If you're tuned into the ETX ROCKS Show for the first time, we definitely want to thank you guys for spending some time with us today. Sometimes I say tonight, and I don't know when people are watching.
Right.
You know, and if they happen to be watching it on a nighttime, and then I say tonight, they think I'm there, like creeping through their window.
Who's that
Tonight,
coming out
you
my
know, I'm
window?
watching it tonight.
It's like, honey, what's that noise?
Yeah.
It's just Boston, Chris.
Recording outside.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's crazy. So I say today, and it just encompasses everything, apparently.
Yeah.
To the person who commented that, really? Come on, man. I mean, really? Like,
Chill out.
Come on, dude. Anyway, I want to thank you for watching or tuning in wherever you are. You can follow along with everything we have going on. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at ETX Rocks. Super simple. Everywhere it's ETX Rocks. If you're watching on YouTube, smash that subscribe button and hit the little bell. Apparently there's a bell next to it now that I was just informed about. So hit the bell and that'll let you know when we have video content up and ready for you to watch. Also, hit that like button wherever you're watching from because, you know, whoever invented the like button was a genius, I think, you know? It's
Yeah.
like, all right, so they're sitting around like a drawing table. This is the way I think. I don't know if I'm the only one, but it's like, you know what I want to do is I want to create this platform where people just post stuff and other people can hit a button that they, you know, that on the post they really like. What should we call this button? The like button? No, that's too simple. It's got to be something more. No, the like button works pretty good.
Yeah.
Enjoy by
And you know there were people arguing over this at some point. You know?
For a fact.
And then they settle for the like button. And of course that's too simple, so now we have
love.
or dislike, all these other ones. It's like,
I
come
like
on.
the dislike feature. Like that was
Yeah.
smart. That was
Or
smart.
the
There was a
angry
long-
feature.
There was a long time. Yeah, the angry features.
Yeah.
Or the surprised one. I love that one. Also, we are completely self-funded on the ETX Rock Show, which means we are low budget. Emphasis on the word low. So we have set up a donate link for viewers and listeners like you out there to help support the show if you'd like to do that. That's located at www.paypal.me/ETX Rocks. And we'll take American dollars, Egyptian pounds, Indian rupees, whatever they spend in Russia, and Polish zloty. So donate, guys. That'll really help us out. If you donate enough, I'll come up with new jokes. No, I
Got
won't. Not at all. Huh.
It's like I'm not even funny.
Yeah.
I'm not even funny.
And it's because of y'all's donations out there that we have a brand new website that we're complete. We have a brand new website which we're really, really proud of. It's located at www.etxrocks.show. All kinds of stuff on there. I was telling them 11,000 plus hours of content on there. Over 300 interviews and stuff like that. Live intimate performances right here in the living room. Plus concert videos, over 500 of those from across East Texas with all level of artists, from Hall of Famers to local level. It's all encompassing for independent music in East Texas and beyond, honestly. Also, you'll find our live event calendar on there for those acoustic series shows that I was telling you guys about earlier. There's also internet radio on there. Brand new.
Nice.
Just did that about 6 weeks ago, which means by the time these guys get home today, their 2 performances from here today will be in that internet radio player.
Nice.
So you will be able to listen to Post Profit forever on the ETX Rock Show, right there at etxrocks.show. So thank you guys for the donations. It's because of y'all that we have that webpage, and we're super proud of it. I put almost 400 hours into that webpage already.
It's paying off, man, for sure.
So really cool stuff. Also, as a band, and you bands out there, there's also a venue list in that webpage.
Oh, that's cool.
It covers East Texas, Houston, Galveston, Dallas, Fort Worth, and Shreveport, Bossier City. It's got every venue we could find that books live music in there. So it's a really cool one-stop shop if you're looking for new venues to play at. It's right there at etxrocks.show. .show, not .com. Very important. Those other guys suck. I don't know. Something about finding rocks all over East Texas. What is that about? Come on.
I like rocks, man.
I do too. Especially pop rocks. Showing my age a little bit there.
Yeah.
No, I love those too.
I love
Yeah.
pop rocks, man.
Put in
Just
like a
hold your tongue
Sprite
open,
or
just-
something.
Heck yeah, they still sell them at that what is it? Rocket, what the hell is the name of that store? Rocket Fizz? Yeah. Is that it?
Rocket
They
Fizz.
sell the Roddy Piper, I'm all out of bubblegum soda. That shit is badass.
Oh, yeah.
You know who Roddy Piper was, right?
No.
He was a wrestler, man. And one of his lines was, man, I'm here to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum. So they made a soda called Roddy Piper's I'm All Out of Bubblegum Soda.
That's awesome.
That's
pretty cool.
stuff.
That's what's up.
You just never know what we're going to talk about here on the show. And as we always say on the ETX Rock Show, we want to thank you guys out there for always supporting live music of all genres and all styles. And don't ever forget,
ETX rocks.
From the unknown to the stars, from the couch to the car, from the unheralded and the unheard, to the legends and beyond, it's where we all belong. Yes, this is where it all starts. From every genre, from every plane, this is where the music's played. So tune right in, won't you bring a friend? This is where it all begins. Welcome to the show, let the music flow of every style and creed. And you can bet your socks that ETX rocks, ETX rocks.